will come in 100 feet up in the air just because it's come out 100, even though the architect drew it down at base level. So that's one thing we want to check when we first load in files on top of each other. Generally, I pull up in a 3D.
Sorry, so file it load like that?
It'll be on top. So yeah, if we had Navisworks, picture this is like a section view, right? So I had like this is level 0. You're looking at the section view. Your structure will be higher. So your structural model and your architectural model. Your structural model will be higher than your architectural model. It happens. In Navisworks, it's an easy change. You just change the setting and it drops it down. But in Revit, Revit, we want to make sure that when we first bring those files in together, that they actually match up on top of each other. Okay.
So that's just an elevation, which is what view as well.
Yeah, that's the elevation. Plan view won't change. Or the only time it would change in a plan view is if you brought it in on a different coordinate system. Sometimes that'll change. Like I can give you an example. When we do get Navisworks up and running, there's a way to export your information from Revit to Navisworks that will change its origin point. So if you don't have the right settings on, your architecture will be like in a plan view right here, and your structural model will be like rotated off of its origin point. So that's kind of what we have to keep in mind here. So a way to check that, the way I have to check it, I have to do 2 things. One is open up default 3D view. How to do that, I don't know if you guys, I might talk to you as if you've never learned Revit before because I don't know where your experience is at. So if I am talking down to you, I do apologize. But open up the default 3D view. To do that, there's a little house button, looks like a little doghouse. Open up a little 3D view. And I usually just kind of zoom in and make sure that there's not one model kind of out in space. Okay. Another good way to check, you can do this too. Well, there's several ways to kind of go through your process of elimination to figure out if it's actually aligning. One way to do it is to hide one model and only have one. So instead of right now I have 2, I don't know if they're on top of each other or not. I can hide one and turn one back on. Does anybody know how to access to where I can hide that, toggle on and toggle it off? Right. No, not right click. Well, you can get there.